Okay, here is tonight's dinner. We are having one pot cheeseburger macaroni and corn that's been seasoned with salt and pepper and margarine or butter. We use margarine around here. Alright, so I'm going to show you the ingredients. Alright, we have 2 boxes of shells and cheese, 3 cheese, great value macaroni and cheese. We got a stick of butter and a tablespoon of butter. We got 4 hamburger patties, which equal 1 pound of hamburger, just to use those up. We're gonna use some garlic powder, some onion powder, some paprika, and then salt and pepper. We got a cup of milk. We got a can of sweet whole kernel corn. We got 6 cups of water, and then we got an extra 1 cup of water. Okay, so these are the ingredients that we're gonna need for dinner tonight. All right, now we'll get started cooking. All right, so to get started, we've got 6 cups of water in this pan. I got the lid on it, and we're gonna turn it on to boil. Okay, and I took the liberty to get my corn ready. So I've got corn with half of the juice drained from the can, and a tablespoon of butter and some salt and pepper. Okay, and in this pan I've got those hamburger patties. All right, got those in there. I'm gonna wait until this water in this pan is boiling, and then I'll put the noodles in that, get that rolling, and while that's cooking, then I will cook the hamburger meat. Okay, so we'll bring you back in just a moment. All right, so our water's getting ready to boil, so we're going to go ahead and start our hamburger. So first off, we are going to put this on front burner. Let's maybe do it a little less. Okay, about that's about 7 or so. All right, and here's our hamburger. Now we're going to add just a little bit of oil. I'm not sure how much oil this has to it, but since we're going to drain the grease anyway, it's not going to matter. So I'm going to go ahead and chop this all up like that, and then we're going to let that cook and brown. Okay, okay, there we go. Can you see that? There we are. Okay, got that pretty well chopped up with this handy dandy hamburger chopper that my husband gifted me a few weeks ago. Okay, and this is one of those meals that you could very easily make this during the week. Now we're going to cover it and we're going to let it cook. All right, but I just kind of added some seasonings to this recipe. It's really just cheeseburger macaroni, kind of like a hamburger helper kind of thing, but we like it, and it's not too time consuming. It's a good meal. Probably not the best if you're on a low carb diet, of course, because there's macaroni in it, but for most normal families, this is a good meal. All right, so we'll bring you back as soon as we got something more to show you. All right, our hamburger is really cooking pretty good, so I'm just going to go in and chop it up a little bit more. Okay, and I'm going to let it cook a little bit more. I just wanted to show you. It's doing really good, but it does make some of its own grease, so we are going to have to drain some of that out. Okay, now if you use that kind of hamburger meat that doesn't have much grease in it, you might not have to drain out that excess grease. Okay, there we go. looks pretty good. You just kind of want to chop it up so that you don't get like a meatball in your mouth when you're eating this, okay? There we go. Cover it back up and let it cook. Alright, the water has come up to a boil. I just added the noodles to it. So we're going to go ahead and let this cook. So we're going to put the lid back on it, let it come back up to a boil, and we'll be back. There we go. Alright, I just drained out the excess grease. It's ready to add the seasonings to. Alright, so we're going to grab our seasonings. Okay. And now we're going to grab the cheese packets. I'll grab those one at a time. I don't want to dump it all over. Okay, let's not get all steamy. There's one. There's the other. I'll grab our butter. And we're going to go ahead and chop up this butter into that. Okay, mix that around. Oh, it already smells so good. Alright, we have a problem over here, so we're going to turn that down to number 5. Alright, and we're going to move the lid off it just a little bit, okay? There, see how it simmers down a little bit? And we've got it on number 5, like I said. Back over here. Still trying to get this cooking. Okay. Alright. There we go. See, it's starting to get incorporated into that hamburger meat. Okay. Once that gets fully incorporated, we're going to go ahead and we'll add our milk and our water. Okay. And we're going to check this noodle, the noodles that are cooking for doneness. Let's see. Okay. I'm just using that same spoon I was using earlier. Alright, no, I can tell it's still kind of not fully cooked. So we're going to let that cook a few more minutes. Alright, so we're going to put the lid back on that. Okay, here it is. As you can see, the butter is starting to melt. Okay. There we go. Doesn't that look good? Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I think it's melted enough. Let's see. There we go. Okay. Now, we're going to go ahead and add our water. Just a second. Okay. Mix that up. This is our cheese sauce that we're making. Okay. good. Now we're going to go ahead and add. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and add our milk. Okay. Like that. We're going to let that cook. It'll thicken up here a little bit, but that's where we're at. Now, I'm going to go ahead over here. And that's cooking pretty good. Yeah. That should be done in just a second, and then I'm going to drain it. So for now, I'm going to let y'all go. And I'm going to turn off this burner with the macaroni on it, and we're going to drain that water, and we'll be right back. Alright, it's starting to thicken up a little bit. See there? It's not real super thick yet, but it's getting there. So, it's getting there, see? What we're wanting to do now is we're going to go ahead and turn on our corn to heat. Okay, so we're going to just drop it down to number 5 like that. We're going to let that cook while this is finishing thickening up. Alright, and we'll be right back. Alright, this is kind of what you're looking for. And you see how it's thickening up? Okay. Now we're going to go ahead and we're going to add the noodles and let it cook the rest of the way and thicken up, okay? Alright. Oy. Uh-oh, it doesn't want to come out. Can you grab that? There you go. Thank you for your help. Alright. Alright. Wonderful. Okay. Right. You missed a few. There you go. Look at that. Alright. Here you go. Alright. There we are. Now we're going to stir it up. Oh, let's not get all steamy. Okay. And this is going to absorb the rest of the way into those noodles as we heat those up. Okay. That look good? There we go. Okay. We're gonna let that finish cooking through. Okay. Letting it absorb. How about that? Easy, easy. Okay. There's that. Let's see how this is doing. Oh, not quite. Okay, so it is on. It's just gotta cook. Okay, so we're gonna lower the heat down to number 5 and let this finish doing its thing. Okay. There we go. Look at that. See? How's that? Alright. We'll be back. Alright. This is what it looks like when it is all done. I just turned off the heat. See there? Just turned off the heat. But this is what you are looking for. Look at that. And as it sits, it's just going to continue to absorb more and more of that cheese sauce. So how is that for making use of a box of macaroni and cheese? Okay? Alright. I just wanted to show you this cheese sauce. Look at that. What do you think? Alright. There you go. Alright, I'm going to let it sit. Okay? There we go. Now, I'll show you it when the corn is done. I'll go ahead and plate it up for you, and you'll see our yummy dinner. Alright, here is our dinner. This is our macaroni and cheese, cheeseburger macaroni, like hamburger helper, okay? And as you see, all the cheese sauce is absorbed. And here is our corn, and it's heated through, and it's got a nice little buttery sauce with it. So we're going to go ahead and plate it up. Alright, so let's see. We've got some macaroni and cheese right there. Alright, and we got corn right here, and that is supper. Alright, there we go. Y'all have a good night, and I hope you give it a try. It is a good weeknight meal. Alright, this is so good. I mean, you wouldn't, if you didn't know better, you wouldn't realize that this was just a box of great value macaroni and cheese. It tastes so good. Alright, gotta try it. I mean, I know it doesn't look like much, but it really is good.